Immediately, we're looking forward to putting the funding to use for our recording, and then subsequently promoting that recording and touring with that recording. And we really need to get to those places, and without funding, it's absolutely impossible. Success could happen with the help of funding from SaskMusic.
It is a lot to do with momentum, and that's where the funding is most important, is keeping a momentum. Any city in Saskatchewan right now, there are musicians that need the funding in order to keep that momentum.
And it's great to see the results that have come from it, like starting out and you get a little bit of money in it, and it grows your career, and so eventually we're hoping, I think we're all planning to get to the point where this becomes a self-sustaining career that we can just live off of and be comfortable for the rest of our lives with. But in the meantime, it's so important to have that help, to have that support.
And right now, Saskatchewan is on the verge of a scene, like developing a lot of recognition from, I think, around, people are kind of talking about now, thanks to things like having Juno Fest here, bringing people here who are involved in the music, in the upper echelon of the music scene, and seeing what Saskatchewan bands are made of, and they're starting to take notice of bands around here. And without funding, we can't go to them. And if you can't go to them, there's no way you can expect people to come to you, right? So I mean, right now is the time where funding is most, I think, necessary.
SaskMusic has helped me out quite a bit because I've applied for grants in the past and received them, which is really cool, especially with the marketing grant. That really helped me out with that aspect. And basically, I've gotten a lot of gigs through SaskMusic, and just a lot of help from a lot of the people working there with regards to, how to book shows and certain aspects of touring and traveling and stuff like that. I consider them really knowledgeable, so it's a good point to sort of bounce ideas off of and see what's going on, because they're always sort of at the hub of the music scene, and they could say, this festival's going on here, this one's going on here. The e-releases are really helpful. There's a lot of kids out there that love music, but they have no idea, what the next step is. I had no idea that there was actually this opportunity out there, like SaskMusic, or a place to go and take it a step further. So I think it's really helpful with youth. They're rapping and creating lyrics about such positive, conscious things, and it's just amazing to see. And the prairies in general, there's this whole hip-hop scene that's emerging that's really conscious. And I think that's what's going to really put our name on the map as being different from a lot of the other stuff that's out there.
I think SaskMusic definitely brings a lot of support to the table, and they really, really help. They're just so easy to deal with in terms of what does it take to get to the next level, and what has changed in the last X number of years or X number of months, or sometimes it's just weeks. SaskMusic in the past has had a lot of programs that have helped, and I've definitely taken advantage of those. And it's helped take me from here to here, and now I want to get to here.
The thing about university is they don't teach you about the music industry, right? You get this well-rounded education, but you learn nothing about what to do afterwards. And so my education all came through SaskMusic. I went to this all-indie weekend. I had heard about it through SaskMusic and didn't know what to expect, and the executive director at the time said to me, you know what, if you want to be a songwriter, you need to get with this person, and put me in a songwriting circle with that person, who then said, yeah, you know what, you're a songwriter. That really made me think, hey, you know what, I can be in Saskatchewan and do this. It was through a SaskMusic songwriting circle that I was a part of that I met my collaborator, Scott Patrick, who we now have this band, Wyatt, and have been, over the last year, have used SaskMusic to get down to Nashville to do some writing with some real solid songwriters in the industry, and have given us the really solid ties to publishers, labels, all these other things, so that we can do it from Saskatchewan. But without SaskMusic and the support that we got from them, and then the support they give to the industry, we wouldn't be doing any of this stuff. One of the things that the music industry can bring is real international spotlights on the province and bring that kind of recognition and notoriety. We're in the development phase where we're developing our cultural product, we're developing the sound, the look, the brand, all of that stuff so that we can take it out, export it to the US, to Europe. Having SaskMusic behind us, doing things like the export marketing, doing even the granting that allows us to develop our stuff, bringing in other industries to support it would be huge for us.
When I first decided that I thought I might be interested in pursuing music, I had a mentor and he said, you need to go to SaskMusic. And that is absolutely where I started. That is where I started to learn about business, how to turn this whole idea into a career. And they've been there throughout my entire career at every stage, which I think is kind of neat. And to this day, when I encounter new artists and they go, how do I do this? I send them to SaskMusic because it's just, there they have resources, it's comprehensive, it's a starting point, and all of a sudden something that's huge and overwhelming and totally incomprehensible becomes a logical first step.
SaskMusic works for me.
SaskMusic works for me.
SaskMusic works for me.
SaskMusic works for me.